The Mask of Nnenna, Amara Eze was a queen in her own right, ruling over the construction empire, Enugu Earth-Works. At just 32, she was one of the most powerful women in Ugwuaji, her projects shaping the skyline of the vibrant city. But despite her success, her heart was a lonely fortress. Every man she met seemed to see only her wealth, a calculating look in their eyes as they spoke of profit margins and stock portfolios. Tired of the gilded cage her fortune had become, she hatched a plan. She would trade her designer suits for a simple uniform, her corner office for a mop and bucket. Introducing herself as Nnenna, a new cleaner, she began her undercover mission. On her very first day, she met Chidi, a junior engineer with a laugh that echoed through the hallways and a kind smile that made her feel seen for the first time in years. He was quick to offer her a cold bottle of water and a warm greeting, treating her with a respect she hadn't expected. A glimmer of hope as days turned into weeks, Amara, in her guise as Nnenna, found herself drawn to Chidi. Their lunchtime conversations in the staff canteen became the highlight of her day. He would sketch out his dreams on napkins, showing her designs for affordable, solar-powered homes in the Ugwuaji community, a vision that secretly aligned perfectly with her company's future goals. Chidi was passionate, humble, and completely oblivious to the fact that the woman sitting across from him was his boss. He spoke of his family's struggles, his late-night studying, and his genuine desire to make a difference, not just to make money. Amara was captivated. This was the man she had been searching for. His ambition was pure, his heart was gold, and he looked at her with genuine affection, completely unburdened by her financial status. She found herself falling, a dangerous, thrilling plunge into a world she had never known. The secret date. Chidi, a man of simple pleasures, finally mustered the courage to ask Nnenna out. Her heart pounding, Amara accepted, excited and terrified by the prospect of a real date. They met at the bustling Ugbeat main market, strolling through the vibrant stalls, the air thick with the scent of roasted corn and spices. Chidi bought her a beaded necklace from a local artisan, a small, thoughtful gift that meant more to her than any expensive jewelry. She found herself weaving more intricate lies about her life, inventing a fictional family and a modest one-room apartment. The guilt was a heavy weight, but it was eclipsed by the joy of being with him, of being simply Nnenna, a woman loved for her spirit and not her success. As they shared a plate of pepper soup at a roadside stand, she knew she had to tell him the truth soon, before the web of deceit became impossible to untangle. The revelation and the sting of betrayal. The truth, however, arrived in a far more brutal manner. A few days later, as Amara was leaving the office, her former suitor and business rival, Emeka, cornered her. "You think you're so clever, Amara," he sneered, tossing a file at her feet. "Playing dress-up as a cleaner. But your little pet, Chidi. He's been playing you for a fool." The file contained damning evidence. Chidi was not just an engineer, but an investigative journalist from a rival publication, working on an exposé of Enugu Earth-Works. His interest in her, his passion for her company's projects, had all been a calculated ploy to get closer to the CEO. Her world shattered. The love she had found was a lie, and the man she trusted was a betrayer. The pain was a physical blow, a cold, sharp stab to her heart. She hadn't been looking for a fraud, but it seemed she had found one anyway. The public humiliation. The next morning, the corporate headquarters buzzed with a tense energy. Amara, now back in her CEO persona, called a mandatory all-hands meeting. As she walked to the podium, her eyes scanned the crowd until they landed on Chidi, who looked pale and bewildered. "I have something important to announce," she began, her voice a still cold echo in the room. "We have a guest among us. A journalist." She then projected Chidi's press ID and his investigative notes onto the large screen. The room erupted in a collective gasp. Chidi stumbled forward, his face a mask of shame and pleading. He tried to explain, to tell her that his initial intentions had changed, that he had truly fallen in love with Nnenna, the woman, not the CEO. But Amara's heart was a fortress again, stronger and more bitter than before. The scandal was immediate, juicy, and public, spreading like wildfire through Ugwuaji. The unlikely redemption. The dust settled, but the pain remained. Amara sat alone in her office, nursing a glass of scotch, a bitter taste in her mouth. She felt foolish, betrayed, and utterly heartbroken. Just then, a notification pinged on her phone. It was an article published by Chidi's media house, but it wasn't about her company. Instead, it was a damning exposé on Emeka's shady land deals and illegal construction practices. The article, which used all the information Chidi had gathered, was a bold, public apology. He had chosen to use his platform to clear her name and take down her rival, risking his career to show her his love was real. A faint glimmer of hope sparked in her heart. He had been a deceiver, but he had also been a man who chose honor over ambition. She picked up her phone and, with a trembling hand, sent a text to Chidi, simply saying, "Pepper soup at our usual spot."